Good morning, park managers, and welcome back to the High Pine Zoo. Today we're going to be making an enclosure for the compy, or Conference Phanathus, depends. I just like saying compy, I'm just kind of used to calling them compies now. But yeah, we're going to be making an enclosure for a compy. Now, if you watch the live streams, you'll know this enclosure, the way I'm going to do it. Because honestly, I really did enjoy making that enclosure. So we're going to be mainly using the shipping containers. And we're going to learn from our lessons from when we made that one, and we're going to make it so it's we add the water source first. Now, using shipping containers and your water source, it's a bit like playing Isla Penna because it's the terrain constraints that can make or break your enclosure when using shipping containers. Now, the reason why I'm using shipping containers because it's a compy. Like, the fences are so tall, it kind of feels somewhat unnecessary, and we're going to be using the shipping containers as more of a background, but you know, like the back fencing kind of has like an interesting look to it in the sense. And you don't have to do white, you can use the green one and you can kind of make it blend in with the rest of the environment around, or you can like, the reason why I'm using white is I'm going to be making this desert scene, and I feel like having a white background makes the cactuses stand out and the sandy rocks stand out, and I really do enjoy that kind of aesthetic. They've got a big pond, so we're going to make this enclosure slightly big because we also need to try and get the compies into this enclosure. So this is going to be quite a large enclosure for compies in a sense, but it's all going to work out because one, we need the meat eaters, the meat feeder in here. Because obviously they need food. We also still need space to be able to helicopter drop them into this enclosure, because if you make it too small, which it makes sense to have a smaller enclosure for them, if we go it too small and you've got the food, the water, the decorations in there, it gets to a point where it's like near enough impossible. Like, let's say you have 10 combis in here, you could probably only place 3 at a time, and you just be sat there for a while just staring at your monitor waiting for the helicopters to actually drop combis off. I still find it mad. You have to use helicopters to deliver compies because it's just ridiculous. The size of the chopper, like, you got the string coming down attached to the compy. It's just there is a more cost efficient way of delivering compies to an enclosure. I swear, it doesn't need a it really doesn't need a helicopter to drop them off. Stick in the back of a jeep and throw it in, you know. It's just, oh man, it still cracks me up. It still really does crack me up. I made a video on like an old account ages ago, and I might have to remake it for this account because it came up. I don't know why it's randomly come up on my FYP on TikTok, but it came up and I was like, I recognize that video. Oh, it's one of mine from my old channel. And I was like, oh. it still made me laugh though. It made me chuckle. Let's just make sure that's even. 1, 2, 3. How's it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. Okay, we need one more container on this. And then we're even. I know it's not going in line with the path. I just kind of stretched the path out to have an indication of what's going on. So I'm going to change this area up a little bit anyways, because I want like a nice little entrance into this exhibit. Right, so I think I'm going to carry on using the concrete barriers as like the sort of wall. Then again, it's going to be deserty in the Malta thing is, but I got a feeling, it's not going to line up the way I want to. Obviously with something smaller you can line it up easier. It doesn't matter if there's a mistake in a sense of this being too long and it not being like either being too short or way too long. But we'll see how this turns out, because that's a beauty of this game. Just because you've made a mistake doesn't mean you have to keep the mistake. You can just get rid of it and try again. It might take you a million times, but it's just part of the building. Like, this is what I mean by mistakes. That's in line with that. We didn't change the container But yeah. Maybe should we add a turret? We'll add a turret in this corner. We'll just pretend that's the compy shelter. Not that they'll actually ever go into it, but that's the compy shelter. Little door there. You know, a bit of storytelling. You can fix mistakes with storytelling. we'll add a desert tree, shall we? We'll have it in a plant pot. Make it look decorative. We'll have it like that, and we'll have it like that on that container. Maybe we need something here because we have something over there technically. What can we add there then? Might look a bit fun. We can add a bench and a bin actually. Yeah, we'll add a bench and a bin. Right, we'll get rid of this path. We'll sort of decorate this area out a wee bit. I'm going to be using a massive path. We'll use this because it's you know, kind of going to fit in with our desert theme we're going to go for. So, right there, isn't it, on the other side? Yeah, it is. Luckily I did that right. When you delete your path, it's going to delete all this with it that's near it. It's kind of touching in a sense. And the way we should probably... We have a single entrance in. Let's have a single entrance in. That's about middle, right? About middle. It'll do. It'll do. We're just guesstimating here. And then we'll have a back wall as well, which we'll use. It was the right side in the first place. Use a decorative fossil wall. I feel like that's going to increase our desert sort of theme. And try and level it up nice and in line. Is that in line? It's about middle. No, it's not. That's about middle. About in line. And let's hope we keep things in a straight line. I hope it works out. It's about... There we go. There we go. We're in business. Concentration. Press up like that. Press it like so. Maybe it wasn't. No, it is. It's about... Yeah, we're in line with each other. Then we use this curved wall at the end. I mean, a bit of the path is going to show a bit, isn't it? Nah, we won't do that. We won't do that. We'll carry on. We'll just add an extra bit of wall, shall we? We're going to block it off with a planter, can't we? That. Can we do... Will that work out? Oh, actually, yeah, that'll look alright, won't it? Ish. We can get it to work out, that is. How are we going to do this? How am I going to do that? Well, that's about lined up with that. That look alright. I mean, we can use bushes to sort of like kind of help the design in total. Kind of gives it like that blocked off area. That's not right. I've got a feeling it's not going to be the same size either side, but we're going to use plants to hide it as best as we can. That it doesn't look the same. The best we can do in the situation seems there's some clashing with props, but I feel like that's quite a nice look. It's a very overdone compy enclosure, but it's nice. It's nice. We'll use try again. We'll use these to hide the gaps. So we'll make this look all kind of pretty, like they're meant to be there. Maybe should I do it so it pokes through, so it looks like... Yeah, let's do it like that. Mix it a bit, spin it around. So not a random rotation. But it kind of looks like this plant's trying to grow through it. Well, not grow through it, but grow up it. A bit like ivy in the sense, because we don't actually have ivy in this game. So it looks nice, interesting, different. Breaks up the wall a wee bit. I mean, in theory, I can do it all the way through. But do I want to do that all the way through? Maybe. Do I? No, I want to keep the fossil look. We'll get the bright green tree though from the temper I have on these gaps here. I feel like this will look quite nice. I know it's meant to be desert on that side, but this side it doesn't have to be. And they're nice looking trees. They're nice looking trees. So we'll get those going. Okay, place it. It will. There we go. There we go. That's nicey. Put it on the outside as well. We should decorate it with some plants as well, just to make it look interesting and different. Just kind of add something extra to it. We do benches in front of these bits. We'll just spin it around each time so it doesn't look like the plants are growing completely the same. I know it'd be like in the sense it's still going to be the same. Does the autumn one look a bit different? I don't think it does. I think it's the same plants really. We'll see. Yeah, it's the exact same one. Oh well, it still looks nice. I was hoping to be like slight different coloration to make it look slightly different, but that's another thing I really hope for. There's more decorations. I mean, always have. I feel that's what everyone says. It's more this, more that, more this. And as much as I love decorations, it'd be nice to like be able to change up the plants inside the planters through like a menu. Also here we can scroll up and down and click that, and then we'll go and click this. What I mean is like we'd get the one planter style of these, and then you can kind of pick what plants you want in those planters, like a little menu option. And you can like pick say 4 or 6 different plants, and then you can change it up to a different combo each time. I feel like that would help make things look a lot different. As lighting goes, we're going to use the bison lamppost. Honestly, one of my favourite things in the game. Like I do love the fact that it's an actual lamppost. Do I want it there or do I want it at the gaps? Because I can get that a lot closer. We'll do it at the gaps, and we'll do it facing into the enclosure, so it's at night time you can still see the little compies. Do it in the little gaps there. My only concern now is that it feels like it could be a little bit cramped, like on the path, because we didn't use a very wide path. I suppose it's only a little critter. When you go to zoos, like the most easiest thing to go and see in a zoo is usually the reptiles, the fish and the birds, because they're small. A lot of people go to the zoo mainly to see the tigers and lions. So I guess it doesn't need to be massive because these are a tiny little compy, and you know people are going to see the T-Rex, the Triceratops, the Brachiosaurus, the Stegosaurus. You know the bigger creatures. Not everyone's here. Not everyone goes to the zoo just to see a compy. You can kind of tell that's going to be a thing. We'll have our meat feeder right here. We'll have it in the middle of that. There we go. That's where we'll have that. We're going to sand this up. Well, actually, I'll sand it up first, and then we'll add the our pond. We're going to make the pond stone so it looks a little bit man-made. Just a little bit. So, stone. I'm keeping this one kind of interesting. I'd like separate compartments. Maybe I do a separate compartment, so almost like there is an off-show area. The compies aren't completely on display all of the time. Kind of makes sense. I always do off-show areas. We'll keep the bit white. Maybe that's why I should add the food. Ooh, actually, that's a point. Not everyone wants to see a big carcass there. We'll make it an off-show area, the carcass feeding area. See how... We'll have it there. We'll probably have it facing that way. And then, you know, those who don't want to see carrion, they don't have to. They can just enjoy the sight of the compies running around. And then they can just imagine that they don't eat meat. And it's all friendly and it's all nice. And then when the park gets completely ruined, then they get eaten by them because they think they're friendly. It's going to look a bit... Problem is that terrain constraint. Like, I'll put that there. You can clearly see That is nowhere near that line. You can clearly see, you can see that, right? It's just like Isla Penna all over again. Oh, they were the days. How tall is that? About as tall. I mean, do I? No, we're not doing that. I suppose I can do it with rocks. We'll have a little bit of a rock decoration here. Oh boy. I really hope that they have no clashing in the next one. That's all I'm going to say. Toggle axis, I want it. So this is my what I call the western rock. Like honestly, it's I can get to grips with my controls. What I'm doing. The reason why I call it a west. When there's like a W and an R together, my head for some reason changes to W and R in the words, swaps them around. The reason why I think it's a western, I really have to think that, is it feels like every kind of rock that's in the background of a western film. That's literally the vibe I get off this rock. Like it definitely feels like a western film rock. That's for sure. Maybe make it look like a split. Yeah, it looks like it's split off there. And then do like a little bit there. A bit of damage, a bit broken off. There we go. Then do a big rock here. And it's kind of all. It all feels like it was all together, and it's bits of it split off. And it also helps with the barrier. Kind of makes it so that carrion isn't on show. People can't complain that we just fed a whole cow to a group of compies and now they're watching it get stripped. You know, they don't want to know where the steak comes from. Got a nice little bit of breakage of rock just dispersing into the water as well. Maybe have a big piece there. Yeah, that's quite nice, quite chill. It's got a little separate off-show area. Then we'll do a few rocks here and there. I don't want to go absolutely crazy because we've actually got to get the compies into this enclosure. But yeah, it's just a big cluster. So don't get crazy. A big cluster. It's the problem with rocks. I just don't know when to stop. It's my main issue. I just never know when to stop with this. Love placing rocks down. That's their little house bit. You can kind of sort of. Oh, the zookeeper sort of squeezes in there, and that's how he gets into the enclosure. But in reality, we know they're hopping the fence. It's not health and safety, but we know they're hopping that fence because it's the easier option. Right, I have a few of these desert trees in. Try and get them backgroundish on these big rocks. Do I have a bird? No, keep it two. Keep it to. I don't want a big cactus. No, I want the century plants, the smaller ones. Because the whole idea we have it as a desert is so you can see the compies. Because any brush you apply has such random rotation has such like tall grass that you just don't see the compies. So just having like a dirt enclosure or a sandy desert enclosure, it really does help for you to be able to enjoy those compies. A century plant here. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. We'll place one of these here as well. I know it's going slightly into the building. Just do some bushes around it. So maybe a cactus. There we go. Little ones here as well. Try and squeeze them in. There we go. So the odd one here. Is our desert. We're not using the big cactus because I don't want to draw too much height. The reason why we're using the containers and using these barriers here is so there's not as much height. I do like these. That's Malta. Where are you, Malta? Below is it on there? There we go, Malta. A few of these around the water. Like I know these are aloe veras, but I can't help thinking it's like a fake reed. And I know what they're meant to be, but we're using these as fake reeds. I feel like it looks quite nice. It's sort of slightly sticking out of the water on the water's edge. Bit of a group of these. If you really want to add bushes and things, like doing this on a desert map, I mean, to be honest, this map ain't too bad for it. Like, it doesn't spit out too much grass compared to other ones. But I like this brush because it kind of gives it that kind of desert feel. You see what I mean? Like, the grass, it'll hide in that, but I feel like it looks nicer around the rocks. Like, it's an area that wasn't able to be pruned, as a sense, and there's, like, enough, like, dead material, plants and things getting between the rocks that it makes, like, a slight soil, you know, kind of vibe. Do one low rock there, and we'll do some plants around it. Desert. Have a little sentry there. Little place there. Do kind of bushes knocking about. Look, in the middle. Go to Malta. Do these dried up aloe vera looking plants. They've just sprung out too well. And then we'll just daub a little bit about brush there as well. Actually, yeah, should we have an olive tree? These ones are nice as well. I mean, that's not too big. But it just looks, that's a little bit nice. I feel that's the best thing about playing on like a new gen console or PC, is that we have this variety. Like, you can just mix and match on like one map rather than having to only have that map's plants on it. I'll squeeze you in there. Oh yeah, I can. Face it a little bit. I feel like the corners and the backs are looking a bit empty. Like, I mean, I still need space. Still need space, don't I? That's the only issue, is just like trying to like not completely overdo it. I suppose I could have a few, just do a few little bushes here and there, Malta, that in there, a bit of shelter, you know, a bit of sunshade. I try not to overdo things, and I feel like I am overdoing things just a little bit. Add a little tiny rock there. Just maybe two then. I feel like that might look. Get in the right place. Maybe three. No, we'll stop at three. I was gonna go there. Maybe four. The only issue, I love placing rocks down. I'll have a little bit of growth there. Just a little bit of growth over here. My main issue is that looks a little bit of growth, tiny little bit of growth, and a little bit of growth. Try and, I know it's going into the water, but you can, you know, it could be in and out of the water. You still see plants growing in the water anyways, in the real world, especially when there's like a very low current going through it. It provides hiding space. It provides shelter for our compies. You know, they don't feel too vulnerable from like all the flying birds around here. You know full well, like, if an eagle sees a compy, it's gonna go, that's a snack. That's a snack and a half there. It's easy going. Place a field here, so it feels a little bit more in tune with everything else. I think before I go around adding too much to this enclosure, that's how we're going to leave the inside the enclosure. I do want to like finish these gaps off. I'm trying to think what I'd want. I mean, it's meant to be decorational, isn't it? So we'll add palm trees. We'll add that one's dying off a wee bit. I'll add a Malta one. It's just nice and bright. We'll add Malta rocks in there, I think. Just because it'll look nice, decorative, white bleached, some rocks. We can fit some. And can I fit one behind the tree? No. Can I fit one here? Change up the shape of it. Look through. There we go. A bit of decorative rocking. Add two big ones to this one, then we'll add a few little ones. And squeeze it in there. There we go. It's just decorative. That's all it is. That's gonna be. Yes, we can get one in there. Maybe we had like a tropical rock. It's not tropical. I just had to make rats. I thought something pretty would spawn up, but that's how we'll leave it. And then we'll bring the trees close to the back. That's a bit more of a backdrop kind of thing going on. Side. So side. And I think we're ready for compies. I'll just sort this path. Get rid of those two lines. I have to get rid of the path anyways, never mind. And we'll line it up with this. So we'll do that. I want it close, so do it like that. Then you can sort of enjoy, you know, the planters that we've made. That right there. And I guess we could have another small enclosure or something like toilets there. You know. I did say I was going to add a bench, didn't I? To the back bit here. So we'll do that. We'll add our benches. Helps if I'm in the right tab, doesn't it? Honestly, I play this game nearly every day. And I still somehow just can't see. I don't remember where these items are. I don't know why. Little bench here as well. Then I can enjoy the garden. Place to sit. We'll add our lights. We're using the Jurassic World lights for our park. As our main lights anyways. Turn random rotation off, otherwise that's going to ever so slightly annoying. So place it there. Place it there. There's a tool in Planet Coaster where it like automatically adds benches and things. Like, how useful will that be in Jurassic World, where you don't have to like place everything down yourself? You can just do a path and it'll have everything you possibly need there and there. It's about the secondary and that's where we'll do it on here, like so. It's kind of even. Mix and match the light up a bit, so they're not completely even outside. It's like this storytelling in a sense. When you go to a park or zoos, the lights aren't always like exactly even to one another. Because obviously the grounds move, tree roots, things like that. They all get in the way. We said we were going to add a toilet, didn't we? So I'm just going to glue the toilet to the path itself. But we've got a Jurassic World mixed park theme up here, so I'll use these toilets. Do that there, so it's even with that. I think we should add trees like that. Create that through the middle. Trees on that bit. Add it so it's kind of bushy around this bit here. I love the red like bush that grows in this. It's a really nice looking, like it's a nice looking bush. Right. Anyways, that is our little new section to the High Pine Zoo. And I'll get around to adding compies. And then after this, you'll see a little brief montage of the enclosure and the compies running around it. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope it's given you some inspiration. And as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.